Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Hasbro Guardians of the Galaxy Build-A-Figure Collection, Rocket Raccoon. Thank goodness for how small Rocket Raccoon does, comes as. At least he comes with a good beefy amount of accessories. Looks like he comes with his rifle, of course the top torso of Groot, and then he comes with a lower display stand. This is one of, I guess, what, 6 figures? 6 figures on the back there, all of which you would require to build your very own Groot. Those figures are Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Marvel's Nova, and Iron Man. There's a nice, really nice picture of Rocket Raccoon on the back as well. Your read-up says intergalactic bounty hunter Rocket Raccoon and his partner Groot are hot on the trail of the next big payday, the human known as Star-Lord. Now, Spot has delayed, unfortunately, getting these reviews put together because, unfortunately, I could not find them in retail. Big sucky. However, Spot was able to find these on Entertainment Earth. That was the website I ended up buying these from. So I'm going to provide the link down below if you have struggled immensely to the scope that Spot has struggled to try to find some of these figures. Definitely would recommend heading over to Entertainment Earth. Spot's going to also take a break as we get this opened up and have a look at another figure from the Groot Build-A-Figure collection. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at Rocket Raccoon. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Alright, so having a look at Rocket Raccoon, yes, he is a small figure, but at least he is, well, at least Hasbro gave him extra things to kind of warrant the fact that this figure is still sitting. He still sits at the same price point as the regular Guardians of the Galaxy figure. So, it's a little harder to justify such a small figure being that same price, but at least, again, you get other things as well. Before we have a look at Rocket Raccoon, of course, let's first have a look at the Build-A-Figure accessory, and that is his head and torso of Groot. I'm loving the look of this. Now, of course, he's not complete yet. He's still missing the lower torso, the arms, and the legs. Let's remedy at least one of those things. Let's reach off camera and grab the arm that would have come included with Star-Lord. And making sure, of course, the joint is facing the right way, which I guess is that way. Pegging it into place, there's your socket, there's your little peg point, and just snap the two together. That's not a word I like to really use when it comes to action figures, snap, but that's exactly what you want to do. Just peg that into place, and you got yourself a fully working arm. It seems as if it's slightly limited, just because this sculpt right here kind of blocks a bit of his arm, but at least he's still got full movement and everything else in the rest of his arm. Groot, my friend, you're a little incomplete, but hopefully we will fix that as the reviews come. So, just putting him to the side. The other thing that comes with Rocket Raccoon, which size-wise, let me get Rocket standing properly, size-wise is a little bit bigger than Rocket Raccoon. And he comes with this cannon, this chest cannon, which, let's get you to stand properly, Rocket. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, Rocket doesn't stand very well, especially on my backdrop. There we go. That's what we want. But yeah, he does come with like a cannon, a little chest cannon for Star-Lord. So it worked itself out that I did the review of Star-Lord first, because now we'll show you guys that. Oh, Rocket. Let's put him there. Your time will certainly come. You know what? I'll just lay him down. Taking the cannon, and what you'll want to do, let's bring Star-Lord in here, which we've already had a look at. Remember in the review, Spot had mentioned that you can take the strapping off here, and you're just going to want to bend the arm, which again, I hate these arms so much. They're so problematic. And I just know taking this off may not be the easiest to get back on, but what you're going to want to do is take this whole section off, and actually, you know what? There you go. There's a little peg point there. These little peg points snap together. That would have made things a lot easier than fighting with it. Take that off, and you get yourself a working Star-Lord. Still with really crappy arms, but still. Take the cannon, and you want to make sure that these pieces are facing down. And you're going to take this, because you can see that one bottom section is wider and these top sections are longer. So you take it and finagle it underneath the jacket of Star-Lord. And you get something that looks like that. And really, you know, the Blizzard test from Dairy Queen, you can see it's not going anywhere. Then you can take, there's these little handles right on the sides here. You can take Star-Lord's arms, and providing that they're not going to give you problems, you can clip them into those handles like so, and like so. And you again will have to do a lot of adjusting to get his arms to properly fit those. And you know what? That's probably, you're going to get something that looks like that. It probably will also make a little more sense. We take the head and change it out with his mask. And it's a neat look. I'm glad they included it. I'm also glad they included it with the likes of Rocket. Even though it's intended more so for Star-Lord, at least it fills out and warrants, you know, paying $20 or so for like a little raccoon. But you get something that looks like that. Sadly, his arms, again, don't fit the easiest to that. See, like it doesn't really quite fit the handles. Kind of wish this was retractable. But again, it's just all one solid plastic piece. Taking this off, and we'll just put that right there. We'll move Star-Lord out of the way. Already had a review of that. If you guys want to check it out, check out the channel. Moving that to the side. The other accessory that comes with Rocket is his little galactic rifle doodigger. And you can take it, and there should be a little handle right there. You can take it and put it over Rocket's shoulder, like so. And you can have him holding it. He's got a very, very small hand, which is the only downside, but you can get something that looks like that. It's a good look. Now, I like that he can have the little blaster. The thing I'm not crazy about is his face. I kind of feel like for it being a Rocket figure, especially the fact that he's got firepower ablazing, it'd be kind of nice if he had more like a screaming look, or like a grimacing look, maybe that we had saw in the initial trailers, you know, when he's shooting with, you know, Groot. But his face is just so very mellow, very melancholy. It's like the one thing I wish this figure could have had was just a better face sculpt. Taking the cannon, we'll just put that also to the side. Now the thing is, like, Rocket is very small. In fact, putting him down, and again, is he going to stand? Might have to move his tail. He does not stand very well at all. He might probably stand better on a hard surface, but again, with Spot's backdrop, it's a softer material, so yeah, it's not going to probably stand as well. There he is next to Star-Lord. You can see the big glaring difference between them size-wise. Now, Star-Lord would have been $20 or so, depending on where you find him. Rocket also would have been the same cost. Does it warrant really, you know, the same price point? They could have maybe packaged him smaller. I mean, yeah, you get extra accessories, sure. You know, you get the extra cannon, and you get the larger part of Groot. But still, like, it's hard to justify $20 for him, $20 for Rocket Raccoon. Moving him to the side. You know what they almost could have easily done too is they could have almost they could have almost broken up Rocket Raccoon as a Build-A-Figure as well. And they could have done Rocket Raccoon and Groot as the Build-A-Figure for this entire line. And, because I mean, like, Rocket Raccoon, he's got his tail and his head, two pieces. Lower legs are all one piece, torso is one piece, and arms are separate pieces. You could have probably, they're smaller pieces, yes, but I mean, when you think of like Hitmonkey as being one of the Build-A-Figure pieces, I mean, come on. They could have taken the head and the tail, packaged it maybe with the arm, and, you know, given us maybe an extra figure, so that at the end of the day, you could have got a Rocket Raccoon and a Groot as your reward for collecting all 6 figures. I don't feel as if Rocket Raccoon really should have stood on his own as a standalone figure. He's too small to warrant the same price point. That's just my opinion. I mean, he's got really phenomenal paint. I like that he's got the coloring in the suit, the orange suit with the gold, kind of like a goldish brown. He's got a little bit of green on the back there as well. He's a beautiful looking piece, but again, I just don't feel like he should have been the same price point as the other Guardians of the Galaxy. For your articulation, though, his head is movable, but the way that they put the ball joint on, he rotates it a very awkward way, as you can see. Not that you would ever have Rocket Raccoon doing that. That would kill him. I don't care whether he's a talking raccoon or not. He does have he does have a ball peg point right there, a ball hinge joint, which you can move his arms out easily enough, but moving him forward or moving him back, very limited by the shoulder armor that he's got here. He's also got a pin hinge joint, a little ball hinge joint there for his arm, which allows you to also rotate the arm. Rotation in the hand, which I think it's actually just pegged in. Yeah, it's just pegged in. Makes sense to me for how small it is. You wouldn't want to be incorporating too much. And then finally, he's got a ball joint in the torso, so at least you can get lots of movement there. And it looks like just a singular peg for the tail. So you can have happy. Would a raccoon do that if they're happy? Would they put their tail up like a dog? I guess it'd probably just be like that. Rocket's a very debatable figure. I mean, again, does he warrant the price point of charging him for what he would have been charged for the other Guardians of the Galaxy? Maybe no. I mean, like we've got Marvel, the equivalent Marvel Universe figures out now, and I think there's a Rocket Raccoon in there. I don't know how small he is versus this one, but I mean, even if he's just a slight bit smaller, those figures are only about $10. This figure would have been twice the cost. I kind of feel like he should have really just been broken down the same way as his buddy Groot, and you could have built both figures as you were building the series. That's just my feelings. He's a great looking figure. He's a little limited in articulation. I feel though like his face should have just been a little more going on, a little more expression. Certainly could have gone a long way for Rocket Raccoon here. Rocket Raccoon, not really factoring in the price from a sculpt and the way he was executed. I'm going to give Rocket Raccoon an 8. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Hasbro Guardians of the Galaxy Groot figure Build-A-Figure series, and we're having a look at Rocket Raccoon. Don't be going anywhere, guys. Well, you could really be going you could be going anywhere else because reviews finished for certainly Rocket Raccoon, but stay tuned. Spot's going to have the video reviews of the remaining Guardians of the Galaxy heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.